When Amber Heard and Johnny Depp were having arguments that they recorded, I'm like, this is peak insanity.
Yeah, it's
you
crazy.
have two people who know other people are going to listen to this.
Yeah.
And they're both aware of it because they were told to record their conversations. So they're both being very performative. And they're both like conning each other.
My favorite part is Donnie Depp going, "Don't tell me what it's like to be punched. Punched." The way he says punched, I can't. I laugh every time I hear it. Don't tell me what it's like to be punched.
Isn't that crazy that she was trying to tell everybody that he hit her, but meanwhile she hit him?
I'll never get over that shit. Like, and the way everybody just let her slide after that.
It's weird because if that was a guy that
It's like,
did something
and
and
tell
made
people
something about some woman and tried to ruin her life like that, like he'd be shunned. But there's still people that like, someone tweeted a joke about Amber Heard recently. Who was talking about that, Jamie? And they got attacked by, who was it?
Oh, they said
God
they said a joke that they didn't even say her name.
Right.
Because they were talking about her.
Yeah.
Where they get canceled?
No, it was just like, it's almost like she's hired like one of those, I'm not accusing her of hiring this, but there are publicity teams that you can hire. So like if people are saying bad things about you, you can hire a team and those people will go after anybody who says anything bad about you, and it discourages people from talking shit about you. It doesn't work, but
I guess it lets people know you're not going to be an easy win.
It also makes the argument muddy. Because if everybody agrees that she's a psycho,
right.
Then it's just an echo chamber. But if you get the narrative to like, fuck you, you don't know what happened before that recording, and he was an abuser and this and that, and Amber speaks the truth, and she's a woman and she was confused, and like, right. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people that will chime in and say those things.
I got a lot of shit for my criticism of Amber Heard, but it's like, hey man, I'm not saying she wasn't abused. She was dating a crazy motherfucker. They were both crazy. But from the evidence I heard, she the only one that sounded like an abuser.
But that's the only evidence we heard. When those two were together, see, you got to imagine they were together for how many years and how many drunken fights did they have. Like, who knows who did what to who, but
when you at the point where you, like, when the bitch shit on your bed, you gotta get out.
You gotta get out.
You gotta get out.
She's a boundary crosser.
I got no empathy for you past that point.
Yeah.
When you gotta start recording your spouse, it's time to go. Why even try to win that fight down? Just leave.
You would imagine like very few people could relate to them. And they're both beautiful movie stars too.
Yeah, but you can find somebody that's not gonna shit on your bed.
Yeah, I bet you can.
That's not a low bar to clear.
It's totally possible.
Yeah. Because I don't need like if you ever show me that you're gonna introduce chaos to my life, you gone.
Right.
I don't got time for that.
Right. Yeah, you gotta know when.
Yeah. How many bathrooms we got in the house, bitch? You're shitting on the bed.
What kind of drugs are they doing?
Oh man, probably the best.
Shit your bed drugs.
The best drugs, yeah.
For sure. I mean, that dude's pals with Keith Richards. It's just, publicly to see something like that is so. The thing about it is though, it happens. People are nuts. People have nutty relationships and nutty fights. But until you like really see it, like, and then see a court case about it on television for the whole world to see.
Oh yeah.
And you see like some pretty, what looks like lies. A bunch of crazy talk, and just realize like these guys were in hell. You're thinking of them as movie stars, and they were in hell. They were in hell in the most psycho relationship ever.
Yeah, and I don't even think it was really about the money. It was like I beat you.
Yeah. Well, I think she ruined his career. I think he was getting kicked off of movies because he was being called an abuser, and he was trying to say that's not true. And she actually used to hit me, and then the recordings come out, and like, I don't know what the fuck happened, but that guy definitely lost that Pirates of the Caribbean role because of that.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is my conclusion from all of it, because the documentary came on Netflix too, right, about it?
I didn't see the documentary.
Yeah, is that she is definitely an abuser, and he is probably an abuser. You know what I mean? So if you put a gun in my head, I'm Team Johnny. But
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
Also, you gotta think that the way he behaves with her, with if she's abusing him, is different than the way he behaves if someone's not abusing him.
Oh, but also, man, like you've been in a relationship with crazy people. It's like they learn how to pull the crazy out of you so they can say, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like if you're if you with a person like that long enough, they know exactly how to make you act crazy so they can turn around and go, he's lost his mind, you know? So
Yeah.
but for people to act like, oh, it's Eve and Steve, I'm like, no, that's not true, bitch. She is an abuser for sure. This is the way she was talking.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? You gonna tell people? What they gonna think you a little bitch? You're like, who talks like that unless they,
Is
you
that
know?
what she said to him?
Yeah, like I don't know the exact words on the recording, but that was the sentiment of like, oh Johnny, are you gonna tell people I hit you? Oh, and if they believe you, you gonna tell them you getting beat up by you little pussy? Like that's how she was talking to him. You got the recording, Jamie?
I guess I could try.
She's like,
I get it. At that point, you gotta leave.
yeah, and I don't have no tape from her of him talking like that.
Right.
So I'm like, I know that's how abusers talk. That's how somebody would talk if they were like just an abusive parent or anybody. You tell anybody and you know what's gonna happen. That's how abusers talk. I don't hear him talk like that. He sound like an abused man. She sound like an abused woman too. Like she's saying all the things an abused woman would say, but she an actress.
Yeah.
So like without the evidence, I'm like, or you just killed that role, or
The thing is, she's not really good.
at acting.
Yeah. She's good. You know what I'm saying? But she's not Daniel Day-Lewis good,
Well, no, nobody is.
right? So
Yeah.
if Daniel Day-Lewis could lie to me, I'd be like, damn, he
He
really is from
sure
1400. He's got a fucking time machine, Brian. I met a
Yeah.
guy with a time machine.
Like I couldn't tell. Daniel Day-Lewis, Meryl Streep, Denzel.
Yeah, there's
They-
a few of them that could just lie right to your face. I don't think she's one of those.
Nah, she ain't got that. But she can dig deep.
I'm sure she's got some emotions she could pull out.
Yeah.